welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Coffee, Tea, and Art, episode number 2. This is Chris, and I am Tori, and we are going to talk about all things creative and caffeinated. So today we have a magazine review instead of a book review. I have UPPERCASE Magazine.
Well, I have a book.
Okay, you do have a book.
And
well, it's soft bound now.
It's a magazine-like book. It's almost as thick as your book.
Ow, ow, paper cut.
Oh, sorry.
So
don't
okay,
hurt the artist.
We have a magazine and a book-ish. UPPERCASE Magazine is one of my favorite magazines. This is I almost said episode number 30. This is magazine edition number 30. Is it edition? I think it's not edition.
I don't know.
It's issue. It's an issue.
Yes, issue.
Because it's a magazine. Issue number 30, which is a milestone issue for UPPERCASE. The reason I love this magazine is it is chock full of creative stories, maker stories, artist stories, artist artwork. I loved this article about this artist who lives on a farm, and her paintings just kind of exude this free spirit and nature. Aren't those awesome?
Those are awesome.
She's like got signature pigtails.
Make sure they can see it. Put it over your face.
There was also a really cool story in here about restoring an old car and how that ties to family and history. And I thought it was really neat. This issue is printed on Appleton paper. Appleton donated the paper for this issue, so it's an extra premium issue. All of the full color imagery, it's kind of upside down, but you get the idea. It's just beautiful in here, and they have everything from graphic design to what's trending in the art world, and just little tidbits of just really fun, interesting info.
Yeah, just from the design alone of the book, it's really worth looking at. The layout, use of white space and typography.
Yeah, it's really nicely
Very cool.
done. And it's just, you can see the passion in it. Just amazing. So if you don't subscribe to this, you should definitely check it out. I think US and Canada is one price and internationally is another price, so they do go international, but amazing magazine. The drink we have today, since this is coffee, tea, and art, so we're talking about art stuff, but also the drink. We're in Atlantis, which is actually where we're shooting, so we're on location.
Yeah, the reason we're in this weird environment, on this weird couch in this big area, is we're working. We're taking a break to record this video.
Yes.
So we're at the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas working.
Yes, so we're going to show you a couple pictures here of the environment. We walked around a good deal yesterday because we're also going to be shooting video here for other reasons.
It's a huge place.
It's
an island,
it's
an actual
ginormous. It's ginormous, and I did catch a Staryu over by the ocean, but
yes, there's Pokemon Go here.
There is, which I was super excited about because I thought it wouldn't be here because it's not in the U.S. We're in the Bahamas, but it is here. And Staryu, yes. I think it was like a CP of 350.
Anyway, back to Arnold Palmer.
Oh, yes. So this drink...
First, we should preface it to say there aren't a lot of coffee and tea shops here on this island. It's Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Even the hotel we're staying at is all a Starbucks hotel, so we had to get a little creative.
We definitely had to get creative. We went up to their like coffee bar, and I asked for Arnold Palmer, and they were like, "What is that? I don't understand what that is." So I explained it.
That it's...
Right, that it is a half tea, half lemonade.
Yours looks better than mine.
Yeah, this one is a nice split, so that's what it should look like when it's made. But they had never heard of that. And actually, side note, Arnold Palmer was a golfer, a pretty famous golfer.
Very, very famous golfer.
My dad was really into golf, and he, in the 1960s, this is kind of the legend of this drink, in the 1960s was the first time he ordered this, and he ordered it at a golf club at the bar. And he didn't really drink alcohol, and another lady heard him order it, and she was like, "I want that Palmer drink." And so kind of the legend of the Arnold Palmer drink was born. There's an alcoholic version. What's that called?
The John Daly.
The John Daly. Apparently he was a golfer. And
a famous golfer who did like alcohol.
So
And
if you,
cigarettes, I believe.
I don't think you add cigarettes to the drink though.
No, you smoke them while you drink the drink.
So this is non-alcoholic. This is an Arnold Palmer, which is the tea and the lemonade. And I love, it's like a beautiful drink. It almost feels tropical. And you use black tea to do it, or traditional iced tea.
So for us to make it, we had to go to a coffee shop to get the tea, or no, at the coffee shop to get the tea, and then we had to take half a cup of tea to a bar to get the lemonade because the coffee shop didn't have any lemonade.
Right. They're like, we don't have lemonade, but we have tea. If you can bring lemonade, we'll make it for you. So we're like, okay. So it was a little adventure to get this, but it's a great drink for a tropical region. It's fruity.
It's a great summer drink, really.
Yeah, the tea cuts down on the calories by half, but it still has that really flavorful, lemony,
And it's a little,
zesty.
little punch of caffeine.
Little punch of caffeine. Yeah, black tea. Thank you. So that's the drink. I will be drawing that, so stick around for the end and you can watch me draw that. I think we'll get a little tropical flower action in there as well. And I will be drawing it with my Caran d'Ache. This is kind of an anniversary episode because this is a 100-year anniversary of Caran d'Ache. I hope I'm saying that right. These are really cool. They're water soluble. This was their anniversary set they put out. So look at all those beautiful points.
Are those watercolor pencils or pastels?
They are watercolor pencils. So they are
Nice.
water soluble. I love using kind of watercolor and a mix of watercolor because I will also be using my very favorite, or one of my favorite watercolors. These are Daniel Smith extra fine watercolors. I'm going to be using a few different colors. Thank you. There you go. These are some of my favorite colors too. So I will kind of put a listing of what they are and a link in the show notes to both of these websites. Oh, and UPPERCASE Magazine. I'll do that one too. But these are a lot of fun to play with. Just the vibrancy and color and a little bit different mix of mediums. Love Caran d'Ache as a brand, and same with Daniel Smith. Just great. And of course, I will be doing that in my Denik notebook. So we're gonna do all of our drink drawings in this. This was the first one we did, and so you will see me create the next one in that. I think you have something to talk about, right?
I have a book. This is a Kickstarter we backed probably a year ago called How to Keep a Sketch Journal. So she's an actual trained artist who's been working at it a long time. I have just doodled about and learned art kind of organically. So I don't know all the techniques and things. And I love this book. We bought a kit where it came with the book, a pencil, some watercolors, and a watercolor book. I'm just bringing the book. I bring it when we travel because I have found that sketching wherever I go, I can look at that sketch later, even if it's a bad one, and it brings back to my head the whole experience.
There's no bad sketches.
Photos I take, well, where the photos I take don't necessarily do it for me. It's really nice if you don't have a lot of experience though, because it goes through and it talks about the different art utensils, art supplies.
Art supplies, mediums.
The mediums and what they do and how you should think about them, or how you can think about them. Papers. But the really cool thing is they interview a bunch of different artists on their sketch journals. So there's all this inspiration with completely different techniques, from cartoon to very architecturally, almost industrial design correct. One thing I found really helpful too is they give you these sort of cheat sheet cards on color, and especially for me, since I use pen and pencil a lot, how to shade with pen and pencil, which I think is awesome, which I'm trying with my new Copic drawing pen. I've never seen this before, but it's like a Copic with a fountain pen tip, and it's really awesome.
Is that archival ink?
I thought all Copics were archival ink.
A lot of them are. Oh, it's
It says
Copic
Copic
proof. Yep,
proof.
so
So
it is permanent.
fun. So yeah, it's a great book. It's put out by 3D Total Publishing, which they put out a lot of really great art books. We have several of their books on different art
Artists.
styles and artists. So
Yeah, they're great.
Look it up. The Kickstarter's over, but I'm sure they're probably selling it online at 3dtotal.com probably.
We'll put the link down there. So, I think that covers everything. Did you have anything else you want to share?
No.
No.
We have to get back to work.
I know, so short episode, but stick around, you'll see me draw. Definitely give us a follow if you like what you're seeing, and leave some comments if you want to tell us what you'd like for us to review, what drinks, what art supplies, what magazines or books. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching.